don't regard myself as being successful per se, but I'm very satisfied with what I have achieved so far. And also my book, the title of the book is called Aspire with Grace. So I'm not talking about greed here. Basically, I'm using the word aspire. In Korean, it's 욕망. But in English, I would translate it into aspirations. Aspirations meaning that if you want something, you really want it. But you have to have a boundary as to how much you want this and how you will achieve this. So my book is about, it's a message basically saying that you have to know who you are first. And then you have to figure out what you want. And then once you figure it out, then you really have to aspire for it. If you don't speak perfect English, it's difficult to report and tell a story in English. But for me, I was a very lucky case because I went to the States when I was 8, 9 years old. And a lot of linguists say that that's the perfect age to develop another second language. So when I first went there, I had some problems because I had a very strict teacher at my elementary school. So she basically trained me to speak perfect, pronunciation in English. And also when I came back to Korea, as you forget when you come back to this culture, and when you're 11, 12 years old, then there's another culture shock. And with that culture shock, after a year or two, you tend to forget, and it just fades in your memory. So in order to keep that, I watched AFKN at that time, American Forces Korean Network, a lot. When I watched it, I made a habit of myself to repeat out loud whatever's being said on TV. And I think that really helped in a way, because when you study English in Korean educational system, you read and you memorize and you write and you study grammar, but you don't really learn to speak. And for one to actually adapt that to be their own, you have to keep saying it out loud. And I did a lot of that, and I think that helped too. With this whole digitalization, I think a huge burden came upon journalists because you were either a print reporter or a TV reporter. But then now you have to do everything at once. I have
Did you edit by yourself?
Yes. I learned to edit, but I'm not good at it. But also when it comes to writing print journalism, like for newspaper, and writing for TV, and also writing for .com, it's all different. It's 3 different styles. Before, you were either a print journalist or a TV journalist, but now you have to be an all-in-one journalist. And with the development of technology and the gadgets, these huge cameras became so small that many companies nowadays, they want the journalists to be able to shoot, write, and do a stand-up all at once. But that's something that we have to acquire, as a skill in order to survive in this digitalized and global world.